How are you all doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I was searching the internet for some really interesting topics to discuss about Remnant 2. Couldn't find anything until I stumbled upon Tragic's X feed. Tragic is now asking us questions about whether or not we want a melee shovel, and also asking the community whether or not we would love to see the Devastator back in the game.
Am I interested? I'm wildly interested.
In this video, we are going to discuss the Devastator and what it means for it to return in Remnant 2. I'm also going to disclose one weapon from Remnant from the Ashes that I would love to see return in Remnant 2 as well. Let's get into the juice, baby.
This juice?
Yeah, that
The Devastator was a crossbow that dropped from the Unclean One in Remnant from the Ashes. A fun fact about the Unclean One boss fight is it's my favorite. I feel like it is the most funniest boss fight in the entire Remnant universe. Across Remnant from the Ashes to Remnant 2, and even the first game that nobody talks about as well. It has to be the funniest fight because of his weak spots. Yes, you can shoot him in the head, but most people are going to shoot him in the butt. I just think that that is hilarious. Even his alternate kill was pretty hilarious too. Me tiptoeing in my Jordans to his basement, jumping into one of his vases, putting the lid on top, and then
pass and die.
I'm really hoping that Gunfire Games decides to make another hilarious boss fight like the Unclean One. In Remnant 2, I feel like a lot of the bosses are like, just have this like serious tone and nothing's really funny. Everything's like shoot, 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 not shoot, shoot, laugh. Anyway, the Devastator again was a crossbow that was able to shoot 5 projectiles. Each projectile was capable of hitting weak spots and critting as well. So with all that information, you would assume that that thing hit like a truck. With the right build, it did hit like a truck. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know if it was, a monster truck. It could have just been a little baby mini truck. Not only was it good with physical raw damage, it was also good with mod damage as well. The Devastator's mod would shoot off a spike that will cause enemies to bleed for 20 seconds. When you pair that with a build that buffs mod damage, etc., the Devastator skewer mod turns out to be a really good way to do damage as well. So the Devastator was versatile, and maybe in Remnant 2, if it translates 1-to-1, Devastator is going to be
Amazing!
with hugs. It may be even good with Archon and Merciless. I am not that great with builds, I kind of go to many different build crafters and take their ideas to make my own. So I'm really eager to see how Femento or Sheen Shots, Mr. Nacho, a couple others put the Devastator to work. If I am making an accurate assumption that this weapon is going to be great in Remnant 2, probably one of the best weapons in Remnant 2 as well, because again, it's 5 projectiles. You're hitting the enemy 5 times, and it is possible that every single projectile can crit and every single projectile can weak spot. I wonder how Gunfire is going to balance this weapon out, because it just sounds super OP in the current Remnant 2's sandbox. With all that being said, I do want to bring up one of my concerns about the Devastator coming back into the game, and that is his cousin, the Merciless, which is an assault rifle. Man, everybody know what the Merciless is, man.
It's the bomb!
I love that weapon, man. Out the box, it's just really good. You don't really have to do too much to it for it to be a great weapon. So the thing about the Merciless and the Devastator is that they basically kind of sort of do the same thing. They both have spikes, and they both can cause enemies to bleed. They both have slow reload speeds. So I wonder how Gunfire Games is going to play with the Devastator and make it its own weapon? How are they going to make it different? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it being a crossbow is enough and they don't have to do too much. But in my own opinion, I believe that having the Merciless and a Devastator in the game at the same time is kind of
Well, that's cutting it close.
the only difference literally is going to be that one's an assault rifle and the other is a crossbow. Comment down below your thoughts about the Devastator versus the Merciless. Is it going to be okay for them to both be in the game? Can they live together or can they not? All in all, I can't wait for the next DLC to be announced. I believe it's going to release sometime in February. Hopefully it does release in February so we can play some Dragon's Dogma uninterrupted in March.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm not gonna be made a liar in this video. I did say I wanted to disclose what weapon I would love to see come into Remnant 2 from Remnant from the Ashes, and that has to be the Defiler. Man, it was a shotgun, handgun, and it had this crazy mod that did really good mod damage, and that is where I am at. I want to burn them, I want to electrify them, I want to bleed them to death. I'm not really a physical crit hit damage or weak spot damage kind of guy in Remnant 2. I love everything else. So the Defiler I know would be a great addition to my arsenal. What gun would you love to see from Remnant from the Ashes make it into Remnant 2? I hope you all enjoyed today's video and I'll see you all in the next one, baby. Peace and one love.